On the journey of understanding who you truly are and mastering the art of manifestation, the art of life itself, you're going to want to know how to deal with the obstacles. And these obstacles are self-imposed obstacles that we need to learn how to identify and transition or transcend over in order for us to truly be able to maximize our ability to be our truest nature, right? To be the creator of our universe, to be the one who is taking full responsibility over your life, your experience, and what it is that you're going to create. So you want to be able to first identify your limiting beliefs. Your limiting beliefs are the things that are in fact stopping you from materializing and manifesting the things that you want in life, the things that you actually desire in life. And it is important for you to recognize these limiting beliefs. This is, in fact, one of the biggest challenges or hurdles you need to get over in order for you to actually create everything that you want. And why this is a difficult thing to get over is because most times you don't see it. Most times you don't understand that the belief is limiting. Most of us have this idea that there are certain rules and laws that exist for you as an individual, but yet they don't apply to other people. And this is one way you can identify or begin to identify these limiting beliefs. If you think that you can do something or you cannot do something, but somebody else can, then that in itself might be a limiting belief, because you must understand that anything anybody else can do, you most certainly have the ability to do it. You just have to be in the right mindset. You must have to align all aspects of who you are in order to achieve that. And so to identify your limiting beliefs, you must have to go into your speech. Your speech is one of the most powerful things that you can utilize along this journey of remastering manifestation and understanding who you are and living up to your truest nature. The way you speak is not just a form of communication to others, but in fact, a form of communication to yourself. As you speak, many times your language is coming from your subconscious mind, the part of you that is programmed with these kind of default belief systems and set not necessarily by yourself, but by others who were there and around you as you grew up. And you have accepted these preset beliefs as a reality for you. And so now that you're at a point where you can take ownership of every aspect of you, now you have to look back on the programs that were set in you and question if these programs actually align with the things that you wish to create now. And so the best way to do that is to listen to your own self. Listen to the words you speak. And for many people, that can be difficult, but that is a necessary part of the journey. When you speak and you say things like, I cannot, or it is difficult for me to do this, or I'm not smart enough, or even phrases like that may come off with the intention of positivity, but are still limiting, such as, I am enough, I am good enough. The idea of enough means that there is a stop, there is a stopping point, there is a limit to it. So you want to be mindful about everything that you're saying. And the most difficult part of it is you have to be compassionate with yourself as well, because as you acknowledge and understand and start to consciously hear yourself and hear the words that you're speaking, you must be able to identify it, but without being hard on yourself, without shaming yourself, without feeling a sense of judgment towards yourself, because you are finally acknowledging that the words that you're saying are in fact limiting beliefs expressing themselves out. And so instead of beating yourself up about it, recognize them, take note of them, even write them down. What are some common beliefs that you are feeling that are stopping you from actually creating the life that you really want? You see, recognize that the subconscious mind is the part of your mind that has these programs, these reflexes, these triggers that don't necessarily follow logic. Whereas your conscious mind, the part of you that is listening to this now, the part of you that is trying to absorb the information and absolutely learn that information, right? That part of you is your conscious mind, and that part of you is the part that analyzes and is more logical, has reason behind it. And if it makes sense, then it will accept it as truth because it resonates with who you are as a whole. And when you resonate with it and you accept it, the more you consume that kind of information, the more you consume and absorb this kind of information, then the more that gets implanted in your subconscious mind as a program, as a reflex, as a simple way of thinking, which fortifies your ultimate reality. And now you have to continue to take note as to how you're speaking, whether you are speaking out loud or in your mind. Because when you're home alone, you may not be speaking out loud, but you may have thoughts. You may come up with an idea, right? You may be inspired with a great idea, a great vision of something that you can do, or that's something that would be amazing to do. But yet, when you continue to think about the process, you may then start to think about doubts or, this idea that is going to be hard, or that you don't have the proper resources, you don't have enough money, or you're not smart enough, right? Or you have too many things going on. You don't have enough time even. See, those are all limiting beliefs. And as long as you cater and enable those limiting beliefs, then they will continue to stop you from living the life that you really want to live. You have to acknowledge that these limiting beliefs are stopping you from being your true self. And once you acknowledge that, just simply pay attention to the language. And then as you are being conscious about your language, right, whether it be externally, verbally, or non-verbally, you want to create new language. You want to replace that language. So instead of saying something like, I cannot, say that I can, right? Instead of saying that I will try, either say I will do or I won't do. You have to make sure that your language is clear and focused toward a direction and not just some gray, gloomy, all over the place directional statement that has no intention, right? You want to make sure that you're speaking with intention, and that intention will then reprogram your subconscious mind and pull away at all of the limiting beliefs and then reprogram them with beliefs that will absolutely really align with your infinite and divine spirit, right? It will actually be a speech of abundance and unlimited reality and potentiality. And so as you acknowledge and recognize these limiting beliefs, it's important that you transcend them by replacing them with empowering beliefs, beliefs of understanding who you truly are, which is an infinite being with infinite potential to do infinite things. And so to program or reprogram those limiting beliefs, you must start to speak in alignment with what it is that you are creating. And even if it's not intentionally about creating something, it is intentionally about accepting who you are, accepting your truest essence. So make sure that your speech is in alignment with that as well. Because remember, manifestation isn't just about achieving or materializing one particular thing. It is the program, it is the journey of realizing who you are. And the things that we materialize along the way are just going to support you and give you evidence as to who you truly are, you see. Now, there are numerous ways of reprogramming these limiting beliefs. Hypnosis is a good one. Autosuggestion, which relates to hypnosis, but now you are doing it on your own, is a very powerful mechanism and way to reprogram these limiting beliefs. And it simply just takes using special but simple techniques to talk yourself into a state of being in your subconscious mind and then making statements or affirmations that support who you are truly, not who you identify as being. You see, because when we have these limiting beliefs, it is our ego identifying with a certain kind of character, a certain personality, and that personality must fit in this box. But see, you are more than simply a personality that can fit in a box. Just like the universe, just like the source, infinite source, grand intelligence that is infinite. It cannot be placed in a box. As an expression of infinite source, as an individualized expression of God yourself, you also cannot be put in a box. So though, yes, you have a spirit, you have an identity, but that identity is still infinite. So you cannot let your ego put you in a box and limit what you can actually do. And this is what happens when we create these limiting beliefs. Our ego is keeping us in this space because the ego is essentially scared that it's going to be lost in the realization that you are infinite. And so to continue on with understanding and reprogramming these limiting beliefs, you have to practice speaking in alignment with who you are. So once again, hypnosis is great. Auto-suggestion is great. Affirmations, just simply words of affirmations, is very powerful. Writing things down is probably one of my favorite things to do. Writing things down and putting it in places where you can constantly see them. So that way, everywhere you go, say in your house, your room, your bathroom, you are constantly reading these statements of affirmation that support you in who you are truly. So making statements like, I am healthy, fit, and well, when you have limiting beliefs that you are, fat or unhealthy and you can't lose weight, right? Or having statements like, I am abundant, money comes to me easily and simply. I am a millionaire. When you have limiting beliefs, such as, I am broke, I am poor, I am not smart enough to make $1 million. You see, so whatever your limiting beliefs are, you have to make sure you have statements that affirm the actual thing that you want. And when you make those statements consistently, with a sense of feeling, with a sense of imagining the actual thing, right? Then you are beginning to replace the limiting beliefs, those old programs, with beliefs that are positive and are in alignment with your truth, with your true self. So as you go through this process, remember, don't be hard on yourself because sometimes it can take time. So just enjoy the process. Recognize your speech, and it is better to also have accountability partners, people who can also check you and recognize when your speech is limiting you. So therefore, you can be acknowledged and you can help one another to correct the language, thus correcting the belief system. Okay? Thank you so much. Feel free to go to drabundant.com, download this book, The Power Within, for absolutely free. You will also subscribe to my daily newsletter. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.